Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken, and I have a story about this truck. And I remember when I feature this truck or other trucks from the fire department, I don't own them. It's just in this case, I'm retired, and I take them to the dealerships because all the other people are basically working a 4-day week. I have free time to take them to the dealership. And this truck is the command truck, a little bit too plush for me to drive. I'm not really comfortable in it. And the DNR, which I've had on my channel, the DNR truck is the truck that I prefer driving because it's a little bit older like I am. And it's seen a little service, so I enjoy that truck. So I'm trying to get out of this truck. So I've got a story around this truck. Now this truck's got a recall on it. I think this truck's a 16. And remember, I took the 20, another brush rig, this is command rig, another brush rig, to the dealership, and it was Dodge dealership, and they were professional. They were answer the phone, Johnny on the spot, we know what needs to be done, you bring it to us on this date, we'll cover it, and we'll go back, and it'll be back in service. Now that brush rig, that 20 brush rig, I don't think is as critical as this one, because this is the command rig. And if you get out on the fire, say you have 2 of our brush rigs out, you have 1 of our tanker trucks out, you have our ambulance out, and you have an engine out, the chief needs this truck to coordinate who goes where and who does what. Now, so it's down. So I make an appointment. I called, seemed like last week. Yeah, I think it was last week. I called on Monday of last week. They said, yeah, Ford did. I got to take it to a Ford dealer, and the Ford dealer's an hour away, so I got to drive an hour. They said, you bring it in. It was 4 days. I called on Monday. They made an appointment on Friday. They said, you bring it in on Friday. We'll fix you up in 2 hours. So I drive for an hour, and I get there to the Ford dealer. I'm sitting there for 2 because the repairs are 2 hours. The commute was an hour. I'm sitting there for 2 hours. They come to me after 2 hours at the end of where it should be repaired, because last Friday I picked it up, take it to the dealer, repair it, put it back in service. So that back in service means back at the chief's house. And I bring the DNR rig back to me because I'm comfortable with the DNR. It's a brush rig, big brush rig, industrial type thing. This one is gonna, it's got a lot of chrome on it. But anyway, so let's go down I take it to them, hour there, 2 hours sitting there. They come to me and said, hey, we got the wrong part. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want the airbag going off with one of the crew in the truck. So they, oh, sorry, can't help you. I take it, bring it back home, and it's been sitting here out of service, which is an injustice to the department. I understand that, but I can't push forward. So this is Wednesday. Remember, it went out of service on Friday. It was out of service on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, I called them this morning, and they said, oh, no, well, they kind of gave me the, whenever we can get to it, we'll get to it. And I said, hey, if there's a catastrophic failure in the county that I'm in, and this truck's down, I'm going to start naming you, the Ford dealership, as the people that are responsible for this catastrophic failure. Somehow their attitude changed immediately, like, oh, well, we can help you out tomorrow, Thursday. They were prolonging it, that this truck's going to be out of service for longer, and so it was shame on me, because I'm the guy that was supposed to get this darn thing fixed and get it back in service so I can actually get the truck that I want back on my property to do it. So anyway, I got to take this truck back to the same dealer, and he said the parts will be there tomorrow, and he said he'll have it done in 2 hours. Now I'm gonna probably continue this video here in a little bit, and I'll show you going over to get that, and then if he's not done, I'll time it. I'll time it for you guys, and because my appointment is at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and he's supposed to be done by noon. Now, if this truck doesn't get done, I'm going to do a serious amount of squawking, because I've already spent 4 hours trying to get this truck done for a recall, and it hasn't been done yet. So I'll catch up with you once I get that done. Okay, the truck's back home. I told you I'd give you an update once I got back. I need a correction from the beginning of this. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and this truck's back into the dealership. That's not the repair, but that just was the traveling time, and I'll tell you a story around the repair here in just a minute. But This truck's back in service. The only thing I have left to do is I got to spin it around. We run a canvas on the top, and that's just for the sun. The sun does damage to our hoses and any, excuse me for just a minute, but in any case, it does damage. Sun does direct damage. UV rays do damage to the pump and any of the plastic or the hoses on the trucks that we usually spin around. Okay, so I was going to tell you, drive over, hour and 15 minutes, get to the dealership. Appointment's at 10. I get there at 10:15. Just a minute again, because I got animals moving around. I think that was an elk, but I'm not sure. And now I can't see it. It was a big body animal moving. Okay, but in any case, I get there 10:15. Appointment's at 10 o'clock. They take me in, well, close to the appointment time. Take me in. They're scheduled for a 2-hour repair. It ends up being an hour and 45 minutes, which, hey, that's good service. I get the truck. I get the paperwork, because I need the paperwork for the department for the repairs. That was the most important thing. If they would have just gave me the paperwork right off the bat, I would have just brought it back and gave it to the department. But in any case, now remember, they had to remove the steering wheel. It was an airbag recall is what it was. They removed the steering wheel. I take delivery of the truck an hour and 45 minutes later. I make my first right-hand corner to get out on the main road, leave the dealership, get on the main road. Steering wheel. The steering wheel, it's moving back and forth an inch. I'm like, well, this ain't right. This is not the way I brought it. I don't make a U-turn, but because I'm on a busy street, but I got to go down, take another right, turn the corner, come back, pull up. And when I pull up right in their main lot. They can't get another truck by me because I've been polite to this point. And now I'm getting a little bit frustrated. Got a dog coming by me. She just wants to say hello. Anyway, so then I pull up and I go in, shut the truck off, go in, say, hey, you know, it's kind of important that the steering wheel is attached to the steering column. And the guy behind the counter is like, oh, yep, like it happens every day. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll look at it. So I go out and I look at it and I go clunk, 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 clunk with the steering wheel. And his response to me is, oh, they forgot to tighten the nut. And it flashed through my head, you got a whole bunch of EMS guys in this. We're going 100 miles an hour code 3 trying to get to where to help individuals. And the steering wheel is not connected to the steering column. He says, okay, now it's, you know, because 2 hours, it's lunchtime, it's 12 o'clock. I went in at 10, quarter to 10, an hour and 45 minutes, take it for a little test drive, they bring it back, it's 12 o'clock. There's no mechanics. All the mechanics are at lunch break. They've all taken their lunch break, probably deserving, but they're taking their lunch break. So I'm like, okay, well now I gotta sit here till 1 before somebody looks at it again. He goes and gets a mechanic, he gets him out of lunch break, comes back, and the mechanic comes up to the truck and I show him the steering wheel. He says, oh, I forgot to tighten the nut. Okay. Well, it seems like you took the steering wheel off. You might tighten the nut back up. But in any case, they do what they're doing and they get it fixed up and now it's in good shape. And I'm going to put it back in service. I'm going to take this one to the chief. This is the chief's rig. And then I'm going to get the DNR rig, the rig I've featured on my channel. You know I like better driving than this one because this one's, the more I drive it, the more I think, well, this is $70,000 on the hoof just for the truck, not for the pumping rig. I don't want to damage it, but I'll go get that other truck because that truck's probably worth $10,000. And if I put that in the ditch, then shame on me. But I'd rather damage that one than the new truck. But anyway, I'll spin it around here just a minute. Put the tarp back on, and then I'll take it. I got to take it. I'm 4 miles from town this way. She's 4 miles from town that way, so I got to travel 8 miles. Get this back in service. He'll call it back in service, and then I can get the DNR and bring the DNR back here and store it somewhere. But okay, the only thing I have left to do is put this tarp on, and that truck is ready to go. So let me try and get some of this up. It's heavier than I remember it being. I like the fact that Ford put a step on the tailgate for me. I kind of got it tarp split in two chunks of it anyway. Fold it over. We run this tarp so that the plastic, sun doesn't get on the plastic. I think I said that earlier, but I got to get this to the front of this and grab a rope. I gotta get that chunk of rope out of there so I can tie it down. Let me get that over there. Okay, let's see if I can get this up here. Okay, I'll move that truck around. I might move it out of the big shop area because it's ready to go. I don't think I'll block the other